Continues here in Mobile, Alabama. Panini Senior Bowl, the American team about ready to come on the field, Hancock Whitney Stadium. University of South Alabama, Major Applewhite head coach. Hanging out over here. They get the stadium. Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback LSU, beginning of the season, was thought to be a lock for a first-round pick. He's going to have to put in some work this week as he didn't finish the season as the starter at LSU. We'll get into Nussmeier. Taylon Green, when it comes to body type and how they look getting off the bus, Taylon Green prototypical. Is he a player that can find his way up the draft board? And how about this guy out of USC, Jacoby Lane? This team this afternoon with some of the skill position players they have, and we can't forget about up front, Caleb Banks, Florida, D-tackle. You know, the theme of the opening practice that we saw with the national team was the defensive side of the ball. Maybe this time we go through the offense a little bit more. We'll find out what the impact the Panini Senior Bowl has had, 106 total picks. That's 41% of the draft, 7 first round, 40 in the top 100. These guys we had a year ago, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck, Harold Fannin Jr., to name some of the stars that have come here from Mobile. As they will tell you, the draft starts here, and so does your coverage. Lewis Riddick, Mike Tannenbaum, Field Yates, and Matt Berry. We did this for 2 hours with the national team. Now we're here with the American team. Gentlemen, I gave you a couple of players to watch. I don't want to go back to the national practice. It was intense. It was fun. It was great. Setting the table for the American, what do you want to see this afternoon?
Well, first of all, I'd like to see a hat and some gloves at some point here shortly, as the temperature has dropped quite a bit. I got to get out in front of that one here. But, you know, the defensive intensity was the story of the early practice. I'd like to see some more offensive efficiency today. And a couple of the quarterbacks that you saw on video there have an opportunity. And Garrett Nussmeier is a guy who his career at LSU did not finish how he wanted at all. This is a good opportunity, and perhaps his last best opportunity in front of a crowd of this size to impress people and remind us this is a guy who, when given time and space, very accurate, great anticipation thrower, very cerebral quarterback. It didn't pan out this past year. These opportunities during this week, quite consequential.
Guys, I feel a little bit like how the Patriots and the Broncos felt like, you know, in the first half it was warm and balmy, and by the end of the game it was a blizzard.
We got fumble issues now. Our hands have no feeling in them.
He's losing his focus.
By the end of this, we could
Tighten
be seeing,
it up, Tannenbaum.
you know, we could be seeing some snowflakes. You know, another quarterback is Luke Altmaier. I thought yesterday he looked pretty good moving around, and I wonder if he could put back-to-back practices together. He's a guy, to me, that much like what we saw with Jackson Dart a year ago. Not saying Luke Altmaier's going to go in the first round, but I do think he has the ability to move up here, and great opportunity for him this week.
Lewis, big picture.
Yeah, look, for me, the defense alignment on this team are incredible. You have got body types after body type after body type. And in particular, look, the edge rushers here, I mean, Quintavious Hutchins from Boston College, got to see him 2 years ago. This is a guy who was kind of running in Donovan Ezeraku's shadow, but the coaching staff told me, wait till you see this guy. This guy's probably even more talented than what Ezeraku was. And when you think about Zion Young, I mean, come on now. Yeah. Zion Young is put together just how you want him to look. So I want to see the guys who I've seen in the fall and saw up close and personal dominate. I want to see them dominate. I don't want to see you come out here going half speed. I want to see it be one of those where you go, okay, we don't need to watch him anymore. That guy has already proved what he's worth.
Yeah, let's talk more about Zion Young. Each of you have an edge rush you like. We'll get with Zion because that's the guy you brought up in the big picture. What do you like about him in particular?
Well, one, I mean, when you're talking about physical traits, he's got those. When you're talking about a first and second down player that can earn the right to rush the passer on third down, he's got that because he's going to set the edge. He's going to stop the run. He can lock out, reset the line of scrimmage, disengage, and run laterally and chase ball carriers down the field. That's what he's got. Now, when you're talking about being able to rush with power or speed, he's got that as well. Here you're seeing him get upfield, retrace, fall back inside, make a play against the run. He does this over and over and over again on the tape. Great play recognition, play awareness, the physical traits to then go ahead and redirect and make plays. But then when it comes down to third down, he's going to get after your quarterback, man, with power and speed and hand use. And the best part about him, his personality is he is a different dude now. He is somebody who just sit there and go, is this the same guy who hunts quarterbacks? Because he's just like a big kid. All you have to do is like goof around, and it's really refreshing, quite honestly.
It's interesting, too, because in the early practice with the National, it was the linebackers that caught everyone's attention, but it seems as if all of you like one of these pass rushers and edge rushers. Tannenbaum, who are you keeping an eye on?
Derek Moore. I love the way he practices, love the way he plays. Been to a number of Michigan games and practices over the last few years. To me, he's a prototypical 4-3 defensive end. Obviously, this year did not end the way that Michigan had hoped, but boy, he plays hard. 11.5 career sacks. You're looking at him here. Great leverage, good arm length, plays with heavy hands, something that you can't coach. I think he's a 3-down player. I think he plays the run naturally, and obviously he has effective pass rush moves. So I think he's somebody that a little bit under the radar, but I think he can make big strides this week. And if you don't believe me, ask Markel Bell. First day here in Mobile, this is what Derek Moore can do. And that's how he plays. That's how he practices, guys. And that's without pads on. So I'm excited to watch him this week.
I can't wait. We'll show those, by the way, the individual workouts. We'll go to the pit where the offensive and defensive linemen go at it. Had some good action there earlier today. Had some great action around the field.
Hey.
God, I've never had to do that before. What are you keeping an eye on? Which guy do you like?
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for choosing wisely on the name front there. I'll give you a guy. If you were following Auburn football coming into this past season, all of the expectation was following Keldrick Falk, who could go in the first round by the time we get to April 23rd. But his teammate Kieron Crawford was really the guy who brought it the most consistently for Auburn this past season. He has got some... This is a good-looking frame right here. This is a muscled-up defensive end right here. And I like the fact that he's got quickness, as you see, and explosiveness off the edge. He's also just got an arsenal of pass rushing moves. He can get the job done rushing with his hands. He doesn't have to just be with that quickness or that power coming off the edge. He's a little bit of the LTP or the look-the-part kind of guy, but he played the part this past year as well. I think he's got a chance to go somewhere maybe late in day 2 or early on day 3. Led Auburn in sacks this past season, brought it throughout the year, really produced when it mattered most for a team that, of course, did not come up to expectation this past year, but this guy certainly brought it.
So we'll see if the defense is much ahead of the offense like it was in the early practice, complete domination. If you're talking about the get-off-the-bus team, this American team looks the part. Quarterbacks. I want to go back to the quarterbacks because much like last year, there was a rush to see who was going to be number 4, who was going to be number 5. Guys, it's not a stretch of the imagination this year to say who's going to be number 3, especially who's going to be number 4. And there's a couple of guys here. We mentioned Nussmeier, but a guy, speaking of looking the part, Talon Green, Arkansas, he's a pretty-looking quarterback now.
Sure is. Former Boise State quarterback, got plenty of experience. It's not often you talk about a guy who's played 5 years in college and played a lot during those 5 years, who still also might need some development. But that could be the case here with Talon Green. Auburn, another school this year, Arkansas, that did not meet expectations, had some quarterback changes, but the ball flies off his hand very effortlessly. He is extremely gifted athletically as well. Just wasn't nearly as consistent enough with his accuracy. It just felt like this offense at times was disjointed this past season. But there's some can't teach stuff here with Talon Green that I think does make him maybe the most intriguing day 3 developmental quarterback. He's 6'6" and running like that. That's not normal. Remember
last year when we were here, we were talking about Jalen Milroe?
Yep.
Sure.
And a guy that's like, okay, he looks the part, has all the traits, but you're going to have to be patient with Jalen if you take a flyer at him. I see this in Taylor.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Sort of win for today, develop for tomorrow. You draft him in the 3rd or 4th round. You sort of redshirt him for the year, get him a little bit stronger, but he has a lot of the attributes you can't coach the way, Field alluded to, because he's a long lever guy. We're looking here, 6'6". You can't coach that. So there's a lot to work with. Hey, you could think about a guy like Joe Milton, bounced around a little bit from the Patriots to Dallas, but obviously he still has a lot of upside.
Yeah, he sure does. Look, I think the guy who maybe doesn't have all the physical traits, but the way in which he plays the position, as far as his foot quickness, movement in the pocket, full field progression reads, is Luke Altmaier. There's no question about it. To me, he can layer the football with a lot of finesse. He can put more horsepower on it when he needs to. He can get outside the pocket and extend plays. Like, he's one of those guys who, when I'm kind of looking for that guy who maybe as this process plays itself out, he gets to the right system with the right kind of coach, and people who can really accentuate his strengths and tap into the resources that he has. This guy could surprise you. I think Luke Altmaier is that guy. I am kind of really deep into the tape study on him. I really wanted to see how he looked in person here against some of the best. He's going up against some defensive linemen today that can rush the passer. I want to see how he reacts in 11-on-11 drills.
Lewis, you and I used to call games together. You know I'm prone to get on a soapbox from time to time. And here's my soapbox today as we talk about the quarterbacks. Why aren't we paying attention more to the quarterbacks, because Luke Altmaier is one of them, that played a lot of football? The guys that have had a minimal amount of starts, there's probably a body of work that says they're not going to succeed at the next level. Find a guy. Tyler Shuck comes to mind. Altmaier. Brock
Nix,
Purdy.
Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy.
They
these
played a
guys
lot of
who are
football.
4 or 5 year players.
And the inverse of that, like I celebrate somebody like Dante Moore to go back. Season didn't end the way he did. And look, he turned down what would have been close to $50 million in guaranteed money. Travis Hunter had about 46 and a half. He would have had more. But Dante Moore playing the long game, I really celebrated that decision. And Matt, I think we'll see more of those decisions as NIL revenue share becomes more part of the conversation.
Look, what did Coach Cignetti at Indiana teach us this year about what production should mean to you in the hierarchy when evaluating players? He's someone who favors production over potential. I think a lot of times, though, Matt, obviously in the scouting world, in the team building world, we ultimately want guys who have these ridiculous physical traits because we feel as though our program can make the difference and draw it out of them.
Sure.
Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. And sometimes people who have production, who don't have great traits, do get looked over. They do get pushed down. And then when they wind up hitting, you go, damn, how did I miss that? You didn't miss it. You just prioritize the things that most people prioritize.
That's a great way to put it.
Like playing the lottery, right? Yeah. It's like if you have the opportunity to buy a ticket for $1 million, you get an opportunity to buy one for $100,000. You're going to do it for the $1 million one, even if the odds might be stacked against you. But this is very much a science. It is, an art, not a science. Is the world of football scouting.
So some early work here for Altmaier.
And just to add one other variable to that, Matt, is I think we talked earlier about organizations failing quarterbacks. There's nothing wrong with drafting a quarterback and developing him. I think sometimes we rush these quarterbacks to play, not saying it would have made a difference with someone like Anthony Richardson, who came out with 13 starts, but draft somebody you believe in and then coach him, develop him, and give him time to get to where he needs to be.
But to that point, and that's a great example, by the way, you look at Anthony Richardson, you're like, oh, hell, this guy's got everything I want. He looks like a creative player. Well, now what happened is you stopped and put more of a priority on that. That may be a guy that fell down the boards, and you're like, well, that guy had 36 starts in college football.
Yeah. Well, and I think what we're going to end up talking about, I think over the next month and a half here, because, of course, free agency precedes the NFL draft, is it wouldn't surprise me if one of the themes of this offseason, and this dovetails with the quarterback class, is the second act quarterback in vogue a little bit this year, right? Teams are saying, well, Daniel Jones, lightning in a bottle for the Indianapolis Colts before he got hurt. Mac Jones really well, filling in 8 games for Brock Purdy.
Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl.
Had an amazing season with the Seahawks after a season with the Vikings, and even Jacoby Brissett. That team didn't win many football games out there in Arizona, but at least he started a ton of games once Kyler Murray hurt his foot. I think that could be one of the themes of this upcoming off season. So once that carousel spins, some of these guys could sort of fit in as more so the backup developmental type quarterbacks once you get to the draft.
Lane Kiffin told me a great message this past year. He said, it's always in your best interest to maintain relationships with guys who maybe you recruited coming out of high school and they didn't commit to your school originally, to continue to foster that relationship, because you never know when you're going to get another crack at them, whether or not, especially now with the advent of the transfer portal, because you may get a second chance with them. And a lot of times after they have gone somewhere, maybe developed a little bit, understand that maybe they made a mistake, that you get an even better player once they come to you. The same thing, in essence, is what Field is talking about. Unfortunately, for the original teams, a lot of times they don't have the time to wait around, right? And you're getting owners breathing down your neck. Why isn't this quarterback making it? Why isn't this quarterback? The media's killing you, so you move on from him.
Yeah.
He goes somewhere else, and that second team that wound up going, hey, you know what? We'll take you. All of a sudden, you strike gold, and you go, well, why couldn't he have done that at the original place? The timing just doesn't work for you in the NFL because you got to hit now.
5 teams for Sam Darnold, 5 teams for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's like the 5th act. You're right, not the second.
That's almost a career renaissance.
Yeah.
This is walkthrough right now, what they're going through. So we're not getting heavy into the football right now because we're kind of just walking through some early machinations of practice. Let's get into the receivers now because this team has some good-looking bodies at receiver.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are going to have a fun time to throw into a lot of them.
Yeah, I think probably the most impressive body type here is Malachi Fields. He spent his final season of college football playing at Notre Dame after a really solid career at Virginia. Malachi's a guy who might check in at 215 pounds, 6'2". You know, I think the big question for Malachi, and I think what will set maybe his draft ceiling, is how exactly does he run when we get to Indianapolis at the Combine? I think the play speed is fine, but as we know, listen, those 40 yards can really dictate how high a guy goes, but his contested catchability is terrific. He has got incredibly strong hands.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that right there is just utterly bizarre from a wide receiver. That's just ridiculous, as Lewis said. So great, powerful body. You know, you see him sometimes, you get a little bit of Cortland Sutton vibe when you're watching him. A big guy, he may not be the fastest player on the field, but if you have a chance to put the ball in an area that he might be able to catch it, more often than not, he is coming down with it. 630 yards and 36 catches this past year. A big play threat for Notre Dame.
Yeah, and that's pretty good round off back handspring right there too. Yeah, you know, you just got to fit him in to the bigger wide receiver group properly, meaning you got to have guys who kind of like complement his skill set. Some guys who are more vertical stretch guys who are more quick catch and run guys. He is definitely the contested catch guy. The big ball down the field, you know he's probably not going to separate a whole bunch, but he's going to probably win 85-90% of them. I hated playing against guys like that because you can play everything right and he's just too big and too strong for you, and he's just going to win. He's going to have a great career. I love this tape as well. I think he'll be a fantastic pro.
Tetairoa McMillan type guy.
Probably not quite to that level.
Yeah, but he's thick. I mean, like Tetairoa McMillan, he's thick in the lowers.
Yeah,
I thought he was McMillan was a little bit, to me, smoother in and out of his breaks.
Another guy, I'll give you a guy to watch from the receiver. Like we talk about these small school guys.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out today. Ted Hurst, Georgia State, number 7.
Had one of the plays of the day yesterday. Big one-handed catch, We
called one of their games on Thursday Night College Football. He was a guy that got offered a ton of money to go to these big-time schools. He loved Atlanta. He loved what he could do, and his coach said, you know what? You stay with me. I'll get your records. I'll get you the money, and it's going to come in the NFL, and he did that.
Yeah, he sure did, and he's a guy that, you know, we can talk about a lot of the nuances of football players, and those are important. Sometimes you got to start with 6'3", 207 pounds, runs like a gazelle. That's not bad right there to get things rolling. You saw this play yesterday down the sideline here. Watch this catch one-handed from Ted Hurst. I mean, that right there is enough to get your eyes kind of fixated on him today during practice. So a guy who's got tons of production, you mentioned, a little further along than some smaller school wide receivers normally are. I think he finds his name called somewhere late day 2, early day 3 as well.
Hey,
got some action right here. Anybody want some?
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see Caleb Banks.
He's right here.
You see Big 88 behind us, and you see his teammate Tyreek Sapp ahead of him, like standing in front of him, and you sit there and you go, how in the heck did the Florida Gators lose any games?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
like,
totally.
you want to talk about an all-get-off-the-bus team? When you watch that team warm up, you know, live, you sit there and you're going, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Florida's got to be winning more games than that.
Matt, one other receiver here. Shout out to our producer, Steve Kim. Jacoby Lane. So,
and right by Hurst.
Yeah. So, you know, Field talked about Malachi Fields. Like, to me, when you look at a pro-type receiver in Jacoby Lane, 6'4", 200 pounds, he is a long-levered, long-arm receiver. I know Mekhi Lemon had all the buzz about him, but I really like Jacoby Lane's game. And you look at this area of the field here, red zone, third down. That's Odell Beckhamish. I think he has a chance to be a starter, play inside, mostly outside, and to me can win contested catches, really good play speed. I'm really excited to see what he can do down here.
He's another one that I think the separation will be the question mark. Is, you know, is he the guy that, you know, is he ever going to have a ton of separation down the field? We'll see there. That being said, you know, the production 2 years ago was especially terrific. He had a dozen receiving touchdowns in 2024 for USC, led the team in that category. Took a bit of a backseat this year to Mekhi Lemon, who was brilliant. But Jacoby Lane, definitely a talented guy as well.
This wide receiver group is put together perfectly, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. Look, they got Lewis Bond from Boston College. Really, really really good slot player.
Yep.
Kevin Coleman Jr. from Missouri, another good slot player, tremendous quickness. They put it together perfectly here. Big outside guys, quick inside guys. It's a nice
Barry and
combination.
Brown from LSU.
That's right.
I mean, he's
Best
electric
kick
with the
returner
ball.
in the
It's a
draft.
nice combination right here.
All right, so we're already geeking out over this team. We're going to step aside for a break. We've set the table for this practice. We're going to watch it come to fruition over the next hour and a half
Caleb
here on
Banks is a
ESPN.
giant human. Holy moly. Look at
The Panini Senior Bowl practice is brought to you by Panini, where the draft begins. Start your Panini trading card collection today by visiting www.paniniamerica.net.
Some of the stars from last year's Senior Bowl. Again, the draft starts here, and some path to stardom also starts here. The coaching staff, we're going to keep an eye on this afternoon in the American team practice, all from the Saints. Got the Saints quarterback coach who gets to coach Tyler Shuck, Scott Tolzien, Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator Kyle Wilbur, special teams. But the head coach, Joel Thomas, with our Quint Kesnick.
Coach, welcome to Mobile. How would you characterize the week thus far?
It's been a great week so far. Obviously on the front end with this draft class, tremendous opportunity. It's always good to come down here and start off the next season.
What do you find to be the most rewarding about this experience?
Well, I mean, we're ball coaches when it's all said and done, and I really enjoy just the genuine, it's time to go, the entry level as far as being an NFL player, and really finding out the future of our league right now.
How do you invest in relationships? How do you kind of poke and pry and try to find out what a young man's really like?
Well, you keep asking questions. I mean, once you stop asking questions and let the conversation get stagnant, it's not going anywhere. You know, I always say it's kind of like speed dating, except we're going to go all the way until the end of April, and then once we acquire our players, then it's going to be as long as we all have a good relationship and keep playing ball together.
What are some signs that a player loves football? They're all good. They wouldn't be here if they weren't good, but if they truly love football, how do you figure that out?
Well, you figure it out by, like I said, asking the questions, but you can feel like they eat it, they sleep it, they drink it. It is everything to them in their world, and when you see that, it's usually reflective in their play style as well. They play with like their hair on fire all the time.
We're halfway through the week. What's important about this practice session?
Well, it's a third down emphasis, so we want to be able to get a good valuation. Obviously on the perimeter, the ball downfield, quarterbacks, pass rush with the D-line, and then we have another extra one-on-one period just to find out those guys that can really rise up when they're in that one-on-one situation. I
got to tell you, the practice earlier this morning, high intensity, high spirit. I don't want to put the pressure on you.
Hey, I love pressure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Quint's going to be doing great stuff for us throughout this 2-hour practice. The coaches, the head coach, both coordinators are going to be mic'd up. We'll give you some of that inside access from this practice. Speaking of, here's some of the best stuff from the National earlier today.
Your film is your resume, that's for damn sure. Indy, let's go! On the hop, if you're walking, you roll. Let's get it. Listen, I'm mic'd up. What's up, big dog? Chillin', man. Appreciate you.
It's great to see you out there.
Yeah. Hey, the hands were better, but don't collect like Coach said. Accelerate and run through contact. High and tight. Keep it high and tight. Gain ground. Force the issue. Go. Dig. Good job. Come on, Melo. Hit it, Melo.
Melo, they gonna punch you. Set. Hit.
Oh, dig.
There you go. Not bad.
Come on, Melo. Get him, Melo. Flip.
Good. You can just run stuff back up.
Come on, Max. Yeah, Max. I see you. That's what we do. We set edges.
I want you to make me feel like I need. You ready? Let's do one shotgun and then the rest under center. Let's go. You good, big dog? Sir, you good? Let's do it. Hell yeah. Ball, baby!
Hey, it's third down, money down. Don't turn down now. Come on, wide, pick it wide. Hey, Hey! 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 Hey, y'all watch out. Hey, come on, Hood. Eyes down. Hey. Hey! Get this win! Get this win right here! This one! Get this win right here! Hey, it's not a competition period, no competition period. Hey, Bryce! Great break, boy! Jacob! Yeah, this is the NFL. You can get up and run. You can get up and run. End of the game. Oh, end of the game. Okay. Come on, Jake. Ball! Oh, good catch. That's a great. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. I can't hate on you. I can't even hate. That was a good ball.
We're back at practice. The American team practice Panini Senior Bowl. The draft starts here in Mobile. The Pro Bowl next week in the Bay Area, side of Super Bowl 60. Patriots and Seahawks. Fun gets started Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. So we are getting set. Just a little bit of individual work, special teams work here as the American team starting the practice. I'm going to go around the horn like Tannenbaum. I'm going to start with you. What's going to be your area of emphasis?
We're going to look at running backs led by none other than number 4, Jamari Taylor from the University of Virginia. Was at most of his games this year, and he is, to me, a 3-down back at the next level. Slightly undersized, but he can make you miss. He has breakaway speed. Pass protection needs to get a little bit better, like most running backs in college. But I think he's a dynamic player who is a transfer who had an outstanding year, over 1,000 yards. And then the other one to highlight to me is Jaden Ott, the Cal transfer. Didn't go great at Arkansas, but still had 24 career touchdowns. And this is a great opportunity for him this week to kind of recreate a little momentum for him.
And on Jamari Taylor, he killed teams out of the backfield last year. He is great with his hands out of the backfield. He's going to be one to watch. Field, what are you going to be focusing on?
Matt, I'm down here with the defensive tackles. Nothing so far that's been overly complicated, just some fundamentals, some bag and bend drills here. Perhaps the player, though, that I'm most interested in this entire group is Caleb Banks. We mentioned him in the open, and because of how much upside he has, he measured in at 6'6", he had 35-plus inch arms. He only played 3 games this season, and the snaps that we have on him are limited. That being said, he's an impressive defensive tackle. The good stuff from him is excellent. He's a guy that I think has a chance to go in round 1 if he nails this pre-draft process.
Lewis, what about you?
Yeah, this offensive line group is a very, very good one. Fortunate enough to see a lot of these guys live this year, but you think about the Florida players they have here, Jake Slaughter, the offensive guard, offensive tackle. You've got, Markel Bell, Jude Bowery from Boston College, James Brockermeyer from Miami was like a tone setter for them. I mean, there's just a lot of really good players down here that when these offensive line and defensive linemen get together in run block drills and in one-on-one pass rush, these are going to be some wars now.
Lewis, I think I saw Markel Bell's arms might have been like nearly 37 inches long.
Well, I'm standing right behind him right now, and I feel like he's just blocking out whatever is left of the sun here. I mean, this dude is massive.
He's
massive.
huge.
Between him and Caleb Banks, they don't make them like they used to. They make them a lot bigger.
Yep. So it's funny, too. Lewis and I were talking during the commercial break about this team. He looked at me and he goes, this team is loaded. So we're going to get to see some of that talent, some of that star power as we're going to go back to break. So when we come back, we can show you some uninterrupted, cold lips, uninterrupted football coming up from Mobile here as the The draft starts in Mobile, but the actual annual selection meeting of the NFL, April 23rd in Pittsburgh. ESPN, NFL Network, ABC, the players' path to the NFL draft coming up this spring on ESPN, ABC, and NFL Network. Lewis Riddick, Mike Tannenbaum, Field Yates, Matt Berry back with you. We have all found the last corner of sun.
Right here.
So it's like a little bit, the sun has gone down.
Come on, Lou.
And I'm not
here for the rest of practice.
We're not kidding you when it's gotten cold.
From here to 10 yards down there, the temperature will drop 15 degrees.
This just shows our intelligence.
Hand warmers.
We've got hand warmers. I've got ear mittens. We're going to be all.
We are layered up.
It's going to be a fun. By the way, this is the first time it's been years since they've practiced at night here at the Senior Bowl. Years.
And by the way, just for those that are wondering, what's up with the shift in terms of the timing? They made a decision to Drew, the new executive director of the Senior Bowl, to flip-flop the schedule a little bit. And so players are now interviewing during the day from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. Every player meets with every team. You get 20 minutes with each player. I think the idea is these guys are a little fresher. When you're going through it, think about those. You do 20-minute interviews for 3 hours straight. Like it can be a little mental fatiguing if you're doing that at night after having practiced for 2 hours as well.
Let's check in with Quint. Yeah.
The old Lad Peebles Stadium, I'm scarred for life for a practice that we had there maybe about 10 years ago when the temperature dropped, the sun went down, the wind started blowing, and it was like in the 20s. Greg McElroy nearly lost his fingers.
That was the beginning of the end for McElroy. You knew he was a TV guy from the start.
Who was the genius to draft that guy?
Hey, but is there?
You saw potential.
Is there an
As a
advantage
broadcaster.
with this schedule? With this schedule,
Yes.
is there an advantage?
Yeah, I'll say this. A little bit of a flywheel here. If you have players, to Field's point, that are available and you can have more productive interviews, that's going to attract more decision makers from teams because the access they can have with them is very important.
Yeah, I've been asking around, and I would say that most people in the scouting world have agreed that they have liked these morning interview setups. Gives them opportunities to be productive throughout the day prior to practice, and then at night having a little bit of time to gather as a staff, rewatch some tape, or go out and enjoy a little dinner. Mobile scene.
Granted, most seasons ended, Thanksgiving weekend or before, but these guys are also coming off a full season.
Sure.
So the gauntlet that they go through in college football now relative to what they're going to do in the NFL, give them a little bit of a breather, change up the schedule, and we'll continue to cover the American practice. And guys, I'm just telling you, I know it's air, but you watch Taylon Green.
Zips it.
Effortless.
Absolutely spins it.
Yep.
Yeah, and his movement, guys, is absolutely effortless. And again, a lot of different developmental players. Talk a little bit about Joe Milton. Even Trey Lance has shown real improvement with the Chargers. You draft somebody like Taylon Green, guys, there's nothing wrong with drafting a quarterback and letting him sit for a couple of years. We had that at the Jets.
No.
We drafted Chad Pennington in the first round. He sat for 2 years. He came out and hit the ground running. Like, we're in such a rush to play these guys. You draft him in the, early in day 3, you really may have something in 2 years.
So that's another part of the soapbox.
Yeah.
Because the guys that played a lot of quarterback in college football field, you could stunt or ruin a career by starting a guy too early that's just not ready.
Yes.
No question about it. And I'd say that is going to be one of the, I was talking about the second act quarterback theme is going to be a big one this offseason. And part of the reason why they get to that second act because the first act is perhaps taken down by the team that they are drafted by. I will say this, these quarterbacks right now, spinning it at a different level than the quarterback. And again, we're throwing routes on air right now, but even during routes on air, you can see a different level of arm talent on the field right now compared to the first group. And we talked about Taylon Green just a moment ago. I can't overstate how important I believe this week is for Garrett Nussmeier, a guy who, coming into the season, we talked about it. The billing on Garrett Nussmeier was this guy could be a first-round pick because such a great processor, throws this incredible anticipation, and has off-the-charts accuracy. That wasn't the case this year. Had a good win early against Clemson in that opening week game, and the wheels kind of fell off from there, Matt. But I think there are probably people sitting here for the first time watching Garrett Nussmeier in person and saying, man, I see it as far as the accuracy is concerned. He is a very, very talented thrower.
The football acumen is not the problem. In the least bit. He's as smart as you get. Hey, Lewis, I do want to give some love. We were talking about it a moment ago. The corner group, the defensive back group for this team, it's a good-looking group of players.
Yep, it sure is. Look, they've got some guys that can absolutely get after it. Igbinosun absolutely looks the part. When you look at their safeties, Michael Taff even though from a height, weight, speed perspective may not be someone who kind of jumps off the charts at you from a pure measurable standpoint, there is not a smarter football player in all of college football. He's a great leader. He's a ball hawk. He's a good tackler. I've really enjoyed my time getting to know him this past year. Kamari Ramsey, you're going to see him. He's going to make plays out here tonight. Jalen Kilgore from South Carolina, another one of those leader types, a guy who can move down and play the nickel, play the safety position as well. You've got ballers all over the place on this football field. This is a really, really good football team. A lot of high-quality guys out here. That game, when they ultimately play it, it's going to be a hell of a game. But this football team looks the part. We haven't even talked about the tight ends. Dan Villari is one of my favorite players from Syracuse. The former quarterback, now turned tight end, who's just a heck of a route runner, great hands. You got ballers everywhere, man.
Lewis, I don't know if you mentioned him, but one of my favorite guys out here in the secondary, just a football player, Michael Taff.
That's what I was just saying.
Taff,
He's just. I mean, he's a captain.
Yeah.
He's a leader, super smart. He controlled the secondary for Texas this year. Got to see them down in Florida, Matt. And he was, when he came in the room, you could just tell. He's the prototype free safety. The guy who knows everything, doesn't make any mistakes, always around the football. Coaches loved him.
One of the guys
My
that Lewis
apologies for missing that. I was mesmerized by Talon Green throwing the football. I was looking at Tannenbaum when he threw this deep corner, and we just looked at each other.
Yeah. Matt Barry has a crush going on here, understandably.
Hey, one of the pieces of the puzzle down here this week, and a lot of these guys will be invited to the Combine as well, but we're getting verified measurements for these players. Not talking just height and weight. We're talking also arm length. I know that people can get bored by arm length conversation sometimes.
Hand size.
But it definitely matters as part of the puzzle, right? And one of the first players I heard Lewis talk about a moment ago was Davison Igbinosun, the cornerback from Ohio State. Arms nearly 33 inches. That is off the chart. That's extremely long for a corner. A 6'2", 33-inch arm or close to it corner. Hard guy to find. You think about a Pete Carroll type scheme on defense. A team that plays like that would certainly be drawn to a player like Davison. Got to clean up the penalties, but super long and talented. I'm getting out of the way of Talon Green dot right now. I almost
did you see that?
It almost hit me in the face. It was an accurate throw. I was just in the way.
How far did he just throw that?
Well, let's see. I'm standing at the 40-yard line right now.
60 yards, guys.
About 60 yards on a rope.
Effortlessly.
All right, so we're going to step aside real quick, go to break, come back as this American team is off and running. Actually, we're gonna watch one more ball at a Talon Green. Here we go.
And not hit us. No, that's Nussmeier.
So they let Nussmeier throw the deep one. Talon Green went underneath. Either way, you're lucky. We got about an hour and a half of this. We'll come back to Mobile in just a minute. American team practicing as we speak here at the city.
Okay. All right, we talked about it. All right. The pressure is the privilege. All right, you guys belong here. You're going to go rock this thing today, okay? All right, lock into the details. Be ready to rock and roll, all right? And as soon as that horn blows, boys, it is time to eat. I'm going to look up your wrestling.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I was a wrestler, but I was a two-time state champ.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know a little.
You're not sure, were you heavyweight?
Heavyweight, yeah. And I wrestled 220 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see that stuff. You're wired different. I know that right away.
I'm telling you, man.
I love it. Sure, all right, bro. All right, you too. All right, we'll see you. Ball security, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's our livelihood. That's everything. It's everything. Mike, let him go right here. Turn, settle, and now you're protecting yourself inside out. Once you jump out to him, you're creating space he can avoid across your face there. Good, 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 good. That's exactly what I was talking about right there, as far as the leverage right there. You look the spot out there. You're pretty out there in the corner.
I'm pretty,
Yeah, I think you look the part. I want to see. Can you get a pick today?
I got you.
Just one. Oh, I mean, you can get more. All right. Good anticipation. Go get that ball. All right, buddy. All right. Get after that thing, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I wonder if we're related. We look similar, huh? I used to have dreads. No, I really did. Why does your face look like you're hurting when you're stretching like that? You get like your face hurts because you're stretching. I'm gonna say you ain't that stiff. Let's go. Great day, okay? All right, get after it. No, man, they're and it's casual.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. Like
no, 100%.
those are habits that we got to break.
and somebody's going to have them here in like 3 months. So, all right. The tempo we're starting with right now is not my expectation. You guys got me? Yes, sir. Take care of the ball. Take care of each other. Bring the intensity.
All right, so we are now down. That was some of the best of the Wired. Lewis, here's how you know things have gotten serious. They brought out a rope this practice for the pit.
Damn right they have. I mean, you know what? Because otherwise there'd be people like right up next to these dudes.
I thought you were going to say, you know, it's getting serious because my beanie's gone on.
Hey, Matt, I'll tell you what, Caleb Banks has had a tremendous rep in the one-on-ones down here.
Are you surprised, Mike?
Not a bit.
Caleb Banks is strong and quick and great use of hands.
I tell you who else is pretty strong? You see you see Barnett's rush right there? You see that power rush? There's some guys here, man.
This is the first time in the 4 years I've been doing this they've brought out a rope. I'm more enamored by the rope off than I am anything because they just know that this is where every franchise needs to be built from the inside out, and everyone wants to take a look.
How about that rep right there from Jake Slaughter, the All-American center?
Good old Iron Bowl matchup there between Alabama and Auburn.
Bad blood, yeah. Jeremiah
Look,
Wright,
they're still
LT
going
Overton
at it.
Getting after it.
Good back-to-back reps there for the Crimson Tide, Keenan and Overton.
That's a choice to put Alabama and Auburn together in this drill.
Yeah.
One of my I think one of the better offensive linemen, better prospects, period here. Max Ianacher, who just had that rep right there. Just a big, long round.
Where'd he go to school?
Arizona State, of course.
Arizona State Sun Devil.
Works up.
Got a Sparky on a helmet out here.
I believe his NIL deal was funded by Matt Berry.
That's right.
There you go, Markel Bell. Boy, is that an improvement over yesterday against Derek Moore. Same two guys we talked about in the warm-up. That's what you want to see. You want to see improvement. Good for him.
You know, just to reiterate from earlier, Markel Bell, I mean, he's like 6'9", nearly 37-inch arms. Like that's, I mean, Mike, we're looking at like 34 and a half as being like, hey, we'll take that every day of the week. That's huge.
There is a lot to work with there, and the fact that he's at left tackle, you want to see, obviously, the arm length is great, but you got to see short area movement, and we saw that in his last rep.
How did he hold up in the national championship game? How did he play against Indiana?
I thought he was fine. He was functional. Look, they had a chance to win at the end.
They did.
They had the ball.
Yep.
And Carson Beck slightly underthrew a pass. I thought he was fine. And again, like his tape isn't going to be as good as the right tackle, Mayaga. But he, to me, has, besides the obvious length, his feet for someone his big are more than adequate.
Here he is. I'm telling you, Zion Young. I'm telling you, that guy, I want him on my team. I'm just telling you. Look at how he's, come on now.
Yeah,
come
he's
on.
letting J.C. Davis from Illinois here.
Come on now.
Lewis, that was quick work.
Come on now. Yo, his quads and his calves are like two 45-pound weights in each one of them.
Gator on Gator right here.
Hey, let me tell you this now. Jake Slaughter can play.
Yep.
That kid's an All-American center for a reason.
Yep.
That's a great rush.
Calling out a rematch. I like it.
I like this from Jeremiah Wright, the guard from Auburn. He wants all the smoke here. It's big Austin Barber facing off against his old teammate Tyreek Sapp. Austin, big, long, athletic guy. That right there was kind of maybe sort of the crux of the question is, you get power into his chest. How does he handle it?
So I really like the depth of this offensive line group. I think they're going to be able to go 7 or 8 deep throughout the week with guys that should play at the next level. Another good rep by Bell.
Yep.
Moved his feet, again, using his size to his advantage.
Yeah, because you're right, Mike T. When you look at the size of that human being, if you can get the footwork to match the size, you're drooling. Oh, do we have more? No, we got Alabama, Miami.
Big Tim Keenan right there, nose tackle from Alabama.
Brockermeyer was the tone setter on that offensive line.
Yes, yep.
He's the
Mario.
tone setter.
Yep, tough and smart.
It's a nice rep by Logan Taylor. Boston College had some offensive line, and they coached them up there.
Bill O'Brien, head coach, BC, certainly knows a thing or two about NFL caliber players, and there he goes again.
I'm just telling you, like, have a heck of a day. He can move. He's a starting right tackle as Max Ihenacher. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes early in round 2.
Look, he's dancing on these guys, man. Ain't nobody, they're not getting anything on him.
They had to bring everyone together at the end of that rep as the period comes to an end to make everyone
come on,
make sure everything's all good.
Hey, they just cheated us, man. That's all they're going to give us right there, one-on-one?
Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're being told there's more to come in the practice script. So that was just an appetizer, if you will, Lewis Riddick. By the way, Mike Tannenbaum loves appetizers at dinner. That's his thing.
My, good.
All right, so they're done with the individuals now, the one-on-ones. We'll go to the team portion of practice.
Let's go. Get the energy here. A little more balance from both sides, right? That one-on-one stuff was good right there. You could hear those guys giving it to each other.
The offensive line fought back much more this afternoon than this morning.
But this is where we knew the earlier practice was going to be different during this team portion.
We better watch ourselves here, gentlemen. They're coming our way right now.
All right, so the script is going to call for 10 runs, 2 passes.
Early down work right here.
But again, in the early practice, this is when you knew the intensity was going to be different. We'll see what they have here for us.
You flank right, tiger jab duo. You flank right, tiger jab duo.
Got Altmaier under center.
What's that?
We saw that at a Kalen Black all season at running back Indiana.
On Kalen Black, you know, you said it well earlier. Listen, we're not going to begrudge some of these kids to play a 17 or 16 game season and then say, I need time for my body.
All right, Luke, you got Daffy right close, tiger wind seal. Daffy right close, tiger
say, I'm good. I'm tapped.
Daffy right close, tiger wind seal. 0-1, ready? Right.
And by the way, Kalen Black was getting hit by Miami defenders, so he wasn't like he played. I mean, he's a fun back to watch.
What's that?
Hey, now, this offensive line is coming off the ball now.
They're firing off now.
These guys, hey, you've got Bowery in there, you got Brockermeyer in there, Taylor in there. These guys are coming off the rock.
2nd and 10 here.
Big Caleb Banks are coming in now.
Kill, paint left, Seattle. Dolly right, tiger draw, kill, paint left, Seattle.
Dolly right, tiger draw, kill to paint left, Seattle. 1-1, ready? Right. Good, 180. Easy, kill. Here we go, fellas. 180. What's that?
Malik Muhammad of the PBU right there from Texas.
Is that give a little haste? Don't surprise him. Hey, easy. So we don't surprise him. Good timing on the throw. All right, you got 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. You got dolly right, paint left, Z jazz, X curl swing. Dolly right, paint left, Z jazz, X curl swing.
Dolly right, paint left, Z jazz, X curl swing. 0-1, ready? Curl,
Dolly right,
swing. Paint left.
Taylor on deck.
Here we go, fellas. Stop. 180. What's that?
All right, there's where you see Luke Altmaier and his ability to use his feet to get out of the pocket. He did that a lot at Illinois. He was able to get a lot of first downs on third long because, Lewis, he's deceptively mobile. That'll serve him well.
Yeah, you saw the quick feet, 2 hands on the football, keeping his eyes downfield, take off and run. Nice, decisive, nothing was there.
All right, so Taylon Green now the quarterback for the American.
Field jab duo ZC. On 1, ready?
Oh, you got Young and Crawford in.
180! What is that?
It's Razorback to Razorback right there. This Mike Washington Jr. is a pretty good-looking athlete as well, and running back there for Arkansas.
Phil jab duo bounce. You flank left. Phil jab duo bounce.
So just all woo pig on that series.
Yeah, baby.
You flank left. Phil jab duo bounce. On 1, ready?
Here
we go. Back. Start.
Tell you what, play action is here.
What is that?
And more woo pig right there, huh?
Is that Crawford?
Boa F slide.
Say Crawford and Zion Young are a problem up front.
Nude right. Boa F slide. On 1, ready?
Back up.
You see how far he threw that football?
You know what was great about that play, guys? His movement in the pocket, his eyes were downfield the whole time. 2 hands on the ball, great fundamentals, and then a flick of the wrist about 55 yards in the air.
But the catch right there by Malachi Fields.
How about that? Malachi Fields, one of the receivers we previewed at the Open, just dove on a ball thrown 50-plus yards down the field with unsteady feet from Taylon Green. Guys, that's the potential that we've all been talking about.
Listen, if you're watching out
we
there,
got to move back a little bit.
Yeah, he's running to his left. That ball was over his right shoulder. To reach back at the concentration, my gosh.
180! What is that?
Tell you what, Taylon Green's
Gliding.
boy, he's a long stride. He's not quick, but boy, he's fast. And I'll tell you what, his fundamentals in the pocket have been very impressive. I like his eye level, 2 hands on the ball, and wasn't there, tucked in and run, and he's showing all his skill sets in this period.
Guys, so now Garrett Nussmeier in for the American. We've seen Altmaier, we've seen Taylon Green, and now Nussmeier.
We're good. Here we go. We're good. Sit down. 180. What's up?
Jaden Ott there on the carry. Ott, who came to Oklahoma last year, very, very highly publicized transfer. Came from Cal, big expectations, and Norman didn't work out. Really limited, under 100 rushing yards this past season.
By the way, at least for now, the quarterback leaders, Garrett Nussmeier, the longest air distance pass with 51.5 yards. My guess is Taylon Green just beat that to throw.
I'm agreeing there.
Here we go. Sit down. 180. What's up?
Okay, so we're going to step aside for a minute. There's going to be more team drills to watch with the American here in Mobile at the Panini Senior Bowl. The American team back at practice. Just got done with some team. Now they're doing some special teams and some punt. We had talked about it in the earlier portion of the workout that a lot of these players that you see out here just to make a roster are going to have to play special teams. So they're working on that now. We also been working up on some wired package. Take a listen.
Picture the play. You remember what you got going on here. boa, snake family. Hash to hash, be ready to set up. Be ready to climb the pocket if you need to, right? They get a speed rush going on the edge, be ready to climb. So cover 2 guys, think through this. So you got a backer on one side, everything's balanced, right? 2 by 2, you got a backer, a sandbacker, and then you got a nickel will. Who's the better athlete of the 2? The nickel, right? So if everything's equal, you probably got a better chance getting lost behind the backer. Okay, so here's the deal. When you're outside the pocket, you can just burn it out of bounds, right? Way to go. Hey, way to find your outlet on that lion.
I lost vision of it.
Yes.
He buzzed.
So what happened to your right-hand side?
The flat player
he buzzed through it, exactly, right? So now you went to the branch, they gloved that. That was excellent. Yeah. Good tempo there. Nice job.
Go get paid. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go, boy. Get paid. Come on. Yeah, B! Good play, B! Yeah, B! Oh, we're getting physical already. Okay, okay. Hey, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go.
1st and 10.
Hey, let's work.
First and 10.
Hey, good work. That's what I'm talking about. Ah! Let's work.
WWE Royal Rumble set for Saturday in Saudi Arabia. 2-time champ Cody Rhodes is going to be there. Stream it exclusively ESPN Unlimited plan on demand using the ESPN app. Watch it live as well. Sign up or log in with your TV provider to unlock your access.
Who are you picking, Matty?
I'm a big Uso twin guy.
Are you?
Jey Uso, can he get it done?
He's going to yeet his way to victory is what you're saying. Usos always have great stamina in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back. Good to see you.
All right, back at the American practice.
Yeah, time for some one-on-one specials. The crowd is starting to build down here in this corner.
We going down to the pit? We're going to hang out. Yeah, let's go down to the pit.
Yeah, we're down to the pit, and now everybody is out of the sun, Matt, so no one's worried about where they are on the field because we're equally cold.
There is no rope right now.
They didn't rope. Interesting.
All right, Markel Bell showing a little anchor here.
There you go. Just stay in front of him, right, Mike?
By the way, our camera crew is doing a phenomenal job down here in the pit because they've got cables, and they're just doing a tremendous job.
You talk about short area quickness and head on a swivel. How about the camera guys?
This is as good an access as you're going to get to guys preparing for the NFL draft here at the Senior Bowl.
Nice little swim move there from Tim Keenan, known more for his run stuffing.
Building on earlier field, he's had a good day, and again, not known to be more of a 2-down run player.
That's good right there from Jude Bowery, offensive tackle from Boston College, probably a left tackle, or has been a left tackle during his college career. Really reliable player.
In front of Ryan Poles, the general manager of Boston College, a proud Boston College offensive
manager of the
line.
Bears, yes.
Yes.
That you just watched what would be my fear of being the fake quarterback here.
Right.
That dude almost got his knees blown out.
There's Caleb Banks right there from Florida.
He makes it look too easy. He makes it look too easy. He's just supremely skilled. Hey, dude, we've got 2 really, really good centers here. Really good centers between Slaughter and Brockermeyer.
Good rep for
Pretty good
Rich
rep, too.
Good interior pass rusher.
If someone doesn't take you on a
those were 2 nice.
That looks like Matt and Mike this morning fighting over the last omelet at the breakfast buffet.
Those were 2 quick right jabs now.
Hey, Dom, can you go break that up for us, please?
I'm not breaking up anything. But I could hear that. That was 2 crisp ones now. Pow, pow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Dom's here.
This team's been less sportsmanlike.
Ihanator's been running.
Okay. Did you guys watch that rep right there? Did you see how Jude Bower was put on his heels and then sunk his rear end down and anchored? Textbook. Textbook. These guys are a little ticked off at each other.
Yeah, they are. We got some tension right now.
They're angry because they have the night practice.
I'm just telling you, Brockermeyer is not messing around. He got clamps for hands now.
That's a good rep.
He hasn't gotten no one's gotten anything on him all day. It's another good one.
There you go. That's a rep right there, huh?
That was a good move inside.
Quintavious got some wheels.
Guys, who's winning right now?
Offensive line.
Offensive line
had a good period.
Yeah. I think this has been a much better period for them. Certainly, big step up over the national offensive line.
Good rep opportunity here.
Power rush. He got caught.
Pretty good right there by Austin Barber. Pretty good.
Yeah, good anchor. Zion Young is the type of body type he's going to see a lot in the NFL.
He moved Bell over to right tackle.
Hey, man, if Brockermeyer can play guard and center, I'm telling you his stock is going up.
That's right. Is he big enough to play guard?
He doesn't look it. I mean, he's an ideal center.
Wow.
Hello, Caleb Banks.
That is the definition of a bull rush. Boy, that is really good pad level for somebody so big.
He is talking King Kong BS to these guys. He's letting them know every play. Yeah, these dudes are hyped up.
A little competitive banter here, huh?
There's some real juice out here, man.
We double box here at the end. The quarterbacks, receivers, and DBs down on the other end of the field. But we've seen it twice. We've seen it twice now with the O-line and D-line. At the end of both periods, they had to bring them both together to make sure that this was going to be cool going into the next portion
They are
of practice.
teammates on Saturday, right?
That's it.
And for the rest of this practice.
I'll tell you what, I would like to see the American offensive line against what we saw this morning.
Sure, no doubt.
National defensive line.
Certainly will on Saturday.
You remember, by the way, when we were opening the show, you guys were all high on the pass rushers. And right now, you're saying that the offensive line has had a better workout.
Earning its keep for sure.
That period right there, no
last
question. And their run blocking in the team periods have been pretty good, too. They've creased this defensive line a couple different times.
All right, so the team period's beginning again. So as they get started here, gentlemen, in the team period, this is where we're going to learn a lot about a lot of players. Quickly assess, Lewis, we'll go down the line, what you've seen so far in the first hour or 15 of this practice.
I think this offensive line really has stood out. Look, you have to give guys like James Brockermeyer from Miami, guys like Jake Slaughter from Florida, those two guys have stood out to me in particular. In particular, on the inside, they have gone up against some very diverse, powerful pass rushers and shut them down. Caleb Banks, he looks the part. Zion Young looks the part. Quintavious Hutchins looks the part. But this offensive line is getting after it. And you'll see it here in this period. Just watch the number whenever they run the football. Watch how they have creased this defensive line.
All right, so here we go. Team portion of practice. Luke Altmaier running with the ones.
32. Here we go. Stop! Panini! What's that?
Good start right there for the offense.
Now, question. Would Zion Young had made that play or wouldn't he have? That's the question.
turn it into a 3-by-1. You got to fall back. Okay, here we go. We got a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, give them earmuffs. Go to over Bama. Nickel, 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 over Bama. 3rd and 2.
What's up?
Completions 11. Now you got 3rd and 6.
Here we go
Into
to
the
jet
boundary
yellow.
formation here. You
3rd and
got
6,
Dusty
11
left,
personnel.
paint left,
Turbos
F
in the game,
point,
jet
Z
yellow.
star. Dusty left, paint left, F point, Z star. Here you go, Dusty left, paint left, F coin, Z star.
Turbo.
Where are you starting on this one?
Jet straight.
Yep. Yep. So we got a formation check. Dusty, Malachi, cut it down, Dusty. He's got to see inside of it.
Big inside move.
There you go, good shot. Luke, you got it. Nice shot,
It's a nice throw by Altmaier. Don't know if he would have got sacked or ear hold off of his blind side, but he put that right on him.
So our Kevin Coleman, the recipient of that pass, going to make his money. Slot receiver, 4 schools in 4 years, finish up in Missouri.
Yeah, Lewis, to your point, Derek Moore was all over him.
Yeah.
It probably would have been bang bang now as Taylon Green, the quarterback, who's been really, really good in this session.
Hello. Call that one DOA right there, huh?
Chris McClellan almost stole the handoff.
Z-Hawk, X Halo swing. Dusty right, paint left. Z-Hawk, X Halo swing.
I don't recognize McClellan in that 97. I'm used to just seeing number 7.
Hey, Dusty right, paint left, Z-Hawk, X Halo swing. On one, ready? Hey, Dusty. Dusty left. Shit, my bad. Easy.
I'll tell you what, we haven't seen a lot of pre-snap penalties. We haven't seen a lot of re-racking the plays. I think that's a real tribute to the coaches, guys, but also these quarterbacks. You know, most of them got here on Saturday. It's been impressive. It's been a pretty clean practice from that standpoint.
Yeah, kind of the first time they reset a play.
Dusty right, paint left, Z-Hawk, X Halo swing. On one, ready? Yep. 180! What is it?
Yeah, I know. He is going to be hard to tackle in the open field.
Yeah, he definitely gives me those VY vibes, doesn't he?
I mean, throughout practice, like, well, I don't know if he would have been sacked. Would that play have gone on? That was a clean run for however long. I mean, he's getting the first down.
Hey, dolly left, paint left, X dagger, Z shallow swing. On one, ready?
All right, so here's that look when Lewis was talking earlier about the chaos the quarterbacks deal with. We're going to give you that look for this play.
Here we go. Throw it. 180. What is it?
Got some laundry on the field with flags. There's our guy Malachi Fields from Taylor Green.
Malachi Fields is like a human Venus flytrap. I mean, his hands go out and the ball just disappears. It's just like, what did he have? 1 drop on the season, I think it was, officially. You can see why.
Here we go. We're good.
Garrett Nussmeier now in.
Set on. 180. What's on?
If we can get our cameras on Caleb Baker. Oh, he's going out now. Like, the movement of a man that big, that light on his feet is so
Hey, we're going dice
rare.
left close, fill, power, bubble. On one, ready? Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Set. Ready? What's that?
RPO right there from Nussmeier. Heard that bubble screen. The end of the play call.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, 35.
Hey, here we go. We're going dolly left, paint right, Z jazz, X curl, swing. On one, ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Set. Ready? Right side.
Nussmeier moved back before the ball got to his fingers. And that's the kind of thing, guys, that it might look like a practice rep, but when you have to come here and turn away the reputation that you may have garnered throughout a season of struggles, you can't be doing stuff like that.
And I know that we, it's a 2-hour practice window total, and time is of the essence here. Don't want to waste any of these reps.
Here we go. Here we go. Set. Ready? Right side.
That's a bad throw there by Nussmeier. You got to give the receiver a chance. You don't want to see that ball land in the white. There's a red line that most teams practice with, and you want to give Fields a chance to make a play.
Yeah, and not just any receiver.
What did the pass rush look like from a pocket standpoint? We should get some more shots of that.
Messy. Yes, we'll give you that camera shot again to kind of answer Lewis's question, because
Paint left, Henry. On one, ready?
and these quarterbacks are having to make the decision within seconds.
Here we go. Set on. Ready? Right side.
And that was a clean
go,
pocket
Nuss.
for 3 seconds. Counted it down, finds one of his LSU teammates.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's how you finish the period right there.
Well, he had time to throw.
That helps.
Everybody on this side, we're going this way for compete drill.
All right, little compete action right now. Let's
Listen
go.
up.
See if the energy pops
I
up
need a
here.
quarterback.
We talked earlier, Matt, about how they
I
flipped
need a
the schedule,
quarterback.
right? They flipped the schedule. The interviews are in the morning now for the kids, for the players, which had a lot of benefit from the interview portion, but got to find the energy late in the day here now. I know it's cold, dark, long day.
And from Texas, Malik Muhammad. Everybody up. Everybody side. Side back. Hey.
All right, time to compete.
Hey.
Time to compete.
We'll work out the 50-yard line going that way.
Get the heck out of the way here, Matt. You and me are in harm's way.
We're in harm's way, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, Seven. Oh, yeah.
Listen up.
That ball was thrown on a rope, fellas.
And being able to watch Fields from this vantage point run a route.
Not me. Malachi. Fields.
Malachi.
To be clear, you don't want to see me run a route.
Hey, line of scrimmage is right here on the 50-yard line. All right, you're offset right there. Back up, everybody, back up, back up.
Defense thinks they won the rep.
Yeah, defense certainly feels like they do. That's Will Kazmarek, the Ohio State tight end, excellent blocking tight end. Perhaps not his best rep right there.
Hey, here's the deal. No. Hey, Jaden. We're right here with pass protection. Pass pro, you going outside or inside? You going outside? Back up more. 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 Back up, back up, back up.
Offense wins that one.
Yeah, big time stuff there from Jaden Ott. Go, Jaden.
That was a heck of a rough by Jaden Ott.
So what is it? 2-1 offense because Fields hit one.
Yep, 2-1 off.
All right.
Right now. Slaughter. Center. Where's Benny at? Benny. Here we go. You got a football right there. Everybody back up.
And who are you putting your...
Everybody back up. Hey, hang on. Guys, go.
Defense is calling that one.
Offense is saying they got it too.
They need to run it back. That's not a win.
We got to take winner takes all in this next one, right?
Let's listen.
Here's what we got. All right? We got one left. If I have to go another one, I'll call it up. Okay? Here's what we got here. Bowery and Derek Moore on the edge. Okay? Hey. That's for everything.
You heard it. Tied it 2.
What we doing? Hey, right here. What side do you want? Right side or left? All right, left side. Working the edge. Back up. Hey, I need a QB. Somebody please be quarterback. Slide over, please. Slide over. You're good there. Slide over. All right, we're inside. Hey, back up. Don't go tight. Don't go. Hey, guys, back up. Don't go. Back up. Oh, no, he tackled. Here we go.
Defense wins.
That's a tough one for an offensive tackle right there, Matty.
Where's Mikey at? Hey, great job. Great finish. All right, hey, everybody listen up here, okay? Look, you guys got my pet peeves early, all right? The practice didn't start the way we needed it to. However, we started responding, all right? Remember, we're in a privileged situation out here, right? It ain't pressure, it's privilege. All right, you guys are responding. Now we gotta go ahead and refocus and get ready to go for tomorrow for red zone, all right? Touchdowns or 4-point plays for the defense, right? Yes, sir. Okay, all right, let's do a great job. Get your treatment, clean up the locker room, all right, and keep on stacking days. You guys got me here? All right, here we go. ATD! All right, love it. Hey, here's what we got. We'll work the push-ups in the meeting room, all right? I got to look at the film. I'm going to look at the film. Executive decision. Hey, one more time, ATD. Here we go. ATD! There we go.
All right, so you heard no decision is going to be made on the competition yet. They're going to go to the film and see if it's offense or defense. We'll have to get Quint to get the report on that tomorrow. But we're going to wrap up the American practice, get our players to the practice from Lewis Mike T. Field Yates when we return here to Mobile.
Senior Bowl practice is brought to you by Panini, where the draft begins. Start your Panini trading card collection today by visiting www.paniniamerica.net.
The draft starts in Mobile. Senior Bowl practice is coming to a conclusion on Wednesday afternoon. Taylon Green, quarterback from Arkansas, put on a little bit of a show today. Impressive and a big smile. How would you characterize the way you played today?
I thought I did decent. Of course, I'm a I try to be a perfectionist, so I want that interception back. I don't try to do too much, just got to throw it away. But, made some great plays, but at the same time, my teammates made some great catches, and my O-line did a great job protecting me. So
There's one play in particular. You hit Malachi on a deep ball, but you were kind of shuffling up in the pocket, and you just flicked it, and the ball traveled like 60 yards. What happened on that play?
With that protection, you just got to read the D-line. You got to read, what they're giving you, but still keep your eyes down the field. And that's what Coach Petrino always tells me, to run at a 45-degree angle and to, deliver the ball.
What has been most challenging? What's been most difficult about the transition from, let's say, a system like Arkansas to this?
First, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be coached by Coach Petrino and get me prepared for it. He has an NFL background, and he's been preparing. I'll say the hardest thing is just commanding the huddle and recalling and just stepping into it. We're all men at the end of the day, so just to lead by that. And it's late night studying and early mornings and with interviews. So it's definitely been a cool experience, and I can't wait to do it tomorrow.
It's a full-time gig. Well, what's the fastest you've hit on the GPS in terms of your speed? Have you hit 22 or 21?
I have. I hit 22. I want to say like 22.7, 22.8. When I played Oregon State my first game, then last year or 2 years ago I hit 22 something. So.
And when was the last time teams actually rushed you, like without leaving a spy or without taking into account your scrambling ability? Today felt different looking at it.
Without a spy, probably since junior year, sophomore year of college. A lot of people spy me, and it's respect to my legs, but that's one less defender in coverage, so I just got to make them pay with my arm.
Talon, thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Nice job today.
Thank you, God.
Matt.
Quint, Talon, great stuff. Thank you. Mike T, we're going to run his highlight because he was your player of the practice. Why?
Yeah, for a lot of things we're looking at right here, I mean, that is an effortless throw. Again, that's against air, but that's 40, 50 yards. Ball came out easy all practice. We're looking at this. I thought he had great accuracy. This is a play Quinn was alluding to. What I liked about that, guys, was 2 hands on the ball, eyes down the field, stepped up in the pocket, and flings the ball indiscriminately 55 yards down the field, throwing it to a guy that he's never worked with. And then when he was in the open field, look, I know he's not quick because of his long legs, but boy, he could just chew up yards. And the fact that he had 22 miles an hour is really not a surprise.
I find him so intriguing as a quarterback prospect because we saw it today, what makes him special. And Field, he's the type of guy that if you draft him to a team that has an established starter that might be on the back nine of their career where he can sit and learn, that might be advantageous for him.
Yeah, we were talking about at the beginning of the show, you think to yourself, a guy who's played 5 years in college, should he really still be on the developmental arc? The answer is yes, and the answer is that's totally fine, right? Because despite the fact that he's got 5 years, there's 3 at Boise State, 2 at Arkansas, is that Talon Green, it's just, can you get the same level of Talon Green day in, day out? Play in and play out, right? And he even acknowledged, the interception that he threw today during the team period was him just trying to do too much on one play. If he can kind of steady the ship, there are certainly plenty of tools to work with here for this young man.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Look, the program is going to be important that he goes to, the relationship he has with head coach, OC, quarterback coach, offensive line play, wide receiver play, all of that stuff matters. But you can just tell, what did we get right there? A 45-second snippet of him?
Sure.
Of Talon Green? I mean, that's not a whole lot of time to kind of make a sweeping assessment of what ultimately you believe his upside would be. But I'll tell you what, just from watching him out here and the throws that he made, he's going to have a heck of a career. He just needs to get to the right place around the right people.
Sure. Yeah, it feels like one of those where, and I think probably Arkansas fans that would say, the good version of Talon Green is tantalizing. So that's just going to be the challenge of the coaching staff that inherits him or drafts him this upcoming year is how do we get the best version of him more consistently than we saw it during his time in college.
And again, we've talked about this a lot, but we're talking about the Daniel Joneses, the Sam Darnolds, Geno Smiths, 4 and 5 teams. Like, you get somebody like him, gosh, you pour a year or two of development into him, an off-season program, and in a year or two, you really may have something really special because he has the way the ball comes off his hands, 45, 50 yards down the field, that's hard to coach.
As long as he stays committed to it, it'll happen. Yeah. It may not happen for its original team because they may run out of patience, right?
Yeah, we're on a Super Bowl quarterback that's on Team 5.
Exactly. So as long as he's committed to it, there's just too much. There's too much upside there.
Let's get to the field now. Quint's got one of the defensive stars from today.
Yeah, that's Caleb Banks. We were talking about your athletic ability for a big man. The fact that you move. How do you describe the way you can move for a big man?
I just say I'm a freak athlete. You know what I mean? I can do it all from the 0 to the 9. I feel like my abilities can go anywhere on that defensive line.
What do you think you showed?
I can't say nothing crazy. That I'm a great athlete. You know what I mean? I'm healthy. I'm ready to go and ready to play ball.
What's this challenge mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, just being able to be here. And I just thank God every single day that I made it here, regardless with my injuries and stuff like that. So I'm blessed.
When the NFL teams sit you down for the meetings, the one-on-ones, what do you want them to know about you in terms of your future?
That I'm just gonna bring the most hardest effort, work ethic to any team that pick me. I'm ready to go play ball, and I'm ready to ball out.
How would you describe your performance in the one-on-ones?
I told all the scouts today, I told them I was going to go out there and, just give it my all and show them that I'm capable. Yesterday I didn't have the best day, so I had to go out there and, definitely just ball out and show that I'm back.
You called your shot. You basically said, watch me today. Today is I make my money today.
And I'm a man of my word. Exactly what I did.
Great job, Caleb. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Great interview, Quint. Thank you. And Lewis, I'll let you start because you've been enamored by this kid today.
I haven't heard too many people say when you ask them the question, hey, how would you describe your athletic ability? Well, I'm a freak. I haven't heard. I mean, we usually say that about people, but he kind of knows what he is. Yeah. And I'll tell you, he was letting everybody know it. He's a unique, for a 330 plus pound guy. The lateral quickness, lightness on his feet, the way in which he was just ragdolling people, he's special. He's special, man. Just got to stay healthy, keep his head on straight. He's special.
For those that maybe didn't follow college football closely this past year, Caleb Banks, in his second year at Florida, began his time at Louisville, played in just 3 games this past season because of injury. He referenced that during that interview there with Quint. And I just think that this is being a little bit simplistic. He's almost one of those guys where the tagline is, he can be as good as he wants to be, right? Because the physical traits are all there. 35-inch arms, 6'6", 320-pound frame. We just talked about consistency with Taylor Green. It's a different kind of consistency that we need out of Caleb Banks, but it reminds me a little bit, not exactly the same type of player, but a little bit of what we saw from Walter Nolan on this field here last year from Ole Miss. When he's out there, the best version of Walter Nolan, unblockable. There's no answer for him. Goes 17th overall to the Arizona Cardinals. There's some of that in play here with Caleb Banks.
But, one thing I give him credit for is so many guys that we know that because of injury or, they've opted out of, bowl games. Like, here's somebody that only played 3 games, and now he's showing up, last week in January in Mobile, and he is competing. So I give him a lot of credit because I know, talk to a lot of people around the league, all you hear is 3 games, but this experience this week will help in a material way.
He probably feels like he needs to be here.
But Matt, my point is there's a lot of players that need to be here,
sure.
and he's backing it up.
Exactly. You're giving him credit for short season coming out to compete. I hear you.
When he was standing behind us when we came on the air, okay, you've got to look at this guy's lower body, his rear end, the way he's – this dude is gigantic. There's a fluidity to his movement, a effortlessness to his body control that truly is rare, and he knows it. Look, I don't know. Again, I haven't heard too many people just say, "Look, dude, I'm a freak." I know it. When he turns on the tape, he knows. He knows. He just 2 things. He needs to stay healthy and stay motivated.
Yeah.
He stays healthy and motivated, he'll kick butt in the NFL.
I'll tell you, too, just watching this practice, we wondered what the intensity would be like relative to the national practice. And it was up there. It was just a different kind of intensity. I think we all believe the offensive line got the best of the defensive line here. And there were a lot of guys offensively where you guys looked and you were watching during one-on-one. Some of these tackles, and then your guy Brockmeyer, there was some good stuff on the interior and the offensive line this afternoon.
And I think it's worth reiterating, that one-on-one drill probably skews towards defense just in general, right? Like, it's hard as an offensive lineman. You are working in tandem with multiple other players. You're rarely playing just on an island, especially as an interior offensive lineman. It's kind of geared towards the defense dominating. So to see the offense hold up its end of the bargain today, across the board too, wasn't just the tackles, it was the interior players, kind of a statement session there from the one-on-ones.
And we see a guy walking off the field there in Markel Bell, all 6'9" of him. I thought for somebody 6'9" guys, I thought his feet were good. I mean, no one's going to ever say he's an elite athlete, don't get me wrong, but when you're that long and that tall,
right?
Yeah, he was more than adequate. And again, we showed the highlight from yesterday with Derek Moore. You want to see improvement, and I thought he had a really good day.
Lewis, an offensive lineman, who's actually your player of the practice.
Yeah, James Brockermeyer. I mean, and he's not, he will not wow you. He's standing right off here to the side of our set right here, right now. At 6'3", 297 with 32-inch arms. You see all 32 inches of his arms are extended right here in terms of his punch and control. Look at those feet. Look how the hips sink down. And he's going up against some big dudes now. That's a win right there. He didn't lose a single one-on-one rep. Not a single one. And you saw that in 11-on-11 during Miami's football season this year. He set the tone week after week. He'll start in the NFL. He'll play 10, 12, 13 years. He'll be a multiple-time Pro Bowler.
And we just talked about back-to-back offensive lineman, University of Miami, coached by Mario Cristobal.
Yeah, look, he's one of those guys, Brockermeyer, when you look at him, you said it. He's not going to wow you with a lot.
Not at all.
He's like a Mark Tauscher.
Yeah.
Back in the day with the Green Bay, you look at Tauscher and you're like,
cut right there, huh?
But just flawless technique.
And played for a decade
Flawless.
plus with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
You know, we talk about arm length, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd like for him to have 34-inch arms. His are 32 barely. But did you see how extended they were every single play? It was punch, lockout, you're not going anywhere. And he must have like vice grips for hands because people couldn't get off of him.
Field, who was your player of practice?
Malachi Fields, not because of his name, but because of his game today. Malachi Fields, Notre Dame wide receiver who began his career, spent much of his career at the University of Virginia. And watch this catch down the field right here. This is that tail end green throw that we showed earlier. And if you watch it from this view right here, you're going to see this is kind of coming back over Malachi Fields' right shoulder. I'm not sure you can see it perfectly from that angle, but this is a fingertip catch that he managed to keep around, or in his hands, I should say. Just the strength of his hands is so good. You know, this is where you're going to see a lot of his game as well, is that he's not this elite separator, but because of his big physical nature and those excellent hands, just a hard guy to cover. I said it earlier, a little bit of Cortland Sutton to his game. Sutton, who went, I think, in the 4th round out of SMU when he was originally drafted by the Denver Broncos. Perhaps Malachi Fields finds himself in that 3rd or 4th round range.
That catch he made, that deep pass, that reminded me of the Christian McCaffrey catch from a couple weeks ago. Very few people can track the ball running as fast as you can over your shoulder like that. That's really impressive.
And look, I was thinking about this watching the team period in both practices. It's had to be frustrating to be a receiver out here. You're getting most of your catches and reps during one-on-ones against the DBs because right now the defenses have been so far ahead of the offense. That was one of the rare big offensive plays we had all day.
Yeah, and that's, again, the quarterbacks looked a little bit more accurate, looked a little bit more settled in the pocket, all because of what happened up front. And we didn't see that in the first practice. Pavius, he couldn't get his bearings. None of their guys could really get set up and get settled. It's funny how it always comes back to building your teams front to back, and that's where it all starts. Quarterbacks look better when the guys up front are better. Everyone looks better. So we'll see how it looks tomorrow morning.
Let's take the final minutes of today's show now, move off the American for just a minute. Kind of give me one big encompassing thought, both national American. Go with this wherever you want.
Yeah, I'll start here. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the show and the end of our prior session. Is we want to see the energy back up tomorrow for the offense specifically, right? I think that it bodes really well for Saturday, given how well this offensive line played and how well the defensive line in the first practice played. But for tomorrow, you kind of want to see things equalize during this final session.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it earlier, too, like who's showing improvement. You know, Diego Pavia, little up and down, looked a little overwhelmed in the pocket. Can he come back tomorrow with the moxie that we saw at Vanderbilt? You know, we saw Markel Bell rebound from a bad day to a good day. And again, like from a scouting perspective, you want to see progress.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? You don't want to see mistakes get repeated. Obviously, the situations that they practice tomorrow are different. There'll be a lot of red zone, 2-minute type situations, short yardage, goal line. So, you know, the scope of the plays is going to be a little bit more condensed. You're not going to see a lot of like deep shots down the field, long pass protection type plays. So really, quite honestly, tomorrow's more like a thinking man's practice.
Sure.
It's for the guys who can really do things really fast. I always loved red zone as a player because processing information was my strength. And that's what you're going to see here. I remember when we came here and we watched Baker Mayfield, he tore it up in the red zone, and that's when you knew That dude's an elite processor. You find out a little bit about quarterbacks once you get down here inside the 20.
Yeah, because the field shrinks.
That's right.
And you wonder what happened to the offense. It just went 70 yards to get us down to that point. Well, it's because everything shrinks and you got to make decisions much quicker than you normally would have to. Quickly here, unpopular opinion, I'm kind of digging this under the lights thing.
Oh, sure, yeah, as long as it were about 30 degrees warmer. That sounds great.
That you're right. That was unpopular.
I kind of like
if it was 75, 78, I'd be like, let's go till midnight.
It kind of feel, well, we're going to see what it's like tomorrow. 2:30 Eastern national practice, 5 p.m. Eastern American practice. Lewis Riddick, Mike T, Field Yates, I'm Matt Berry. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to have more fun where the draft starts, Mobile, Alabama. The Panini Senior Bowl, the best of Wired to get us off air.
Let's go,
All right, now let's get it. Listen, when you're in that breezeway, I feel like I'm in damn Green Bay. Bend your knees, get yourself a position to make a tackle. That's a lie. High school, I was balling. I'm old now. We up. Boom, arm over trash. Because we crushing that gap right there, the ball going to end up in the C gap. But today, I want that gap condensed, and y'all got to make the plays today. We good? We set edges. We set edges.
Hey, boy, I want you to go in there, and then you can punch the ball, too. Keep your head up. Show up! Show up! Ball! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! Let's go, boys! Let's go! Let's go! Boom! Hey, that's a takeaway! Let's go! Let's go! Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Come on, bud! Hey, come on, bud! Stop playing! Stop